what I meant is what is so special in terms of the ecology of the Upper Spencer Gulf. And we're talking about these guys. It's a very large prawn fishery in this region as well. But what makes this region so special are these guys, cuttlefish. So welcome to cuttlefish country. Sepia apama, the giant Australian cuttlefish. Absolutely beautiful creatures. Okay. So why is this region so special? Yeah, because there's actually the only known mass spawning aggregation of the cuttlefish, with more than 100,000 animals coming to a region which is marked here, which is near Whyalla. Okay? And spawning requires rocky shores, and it's available in the region around the Santos jetty up in this area. Okay? And they always spawn in the same region during winter months. So if you want to go for a little dive, it's very, very cold, the water. You look at the TS diagram that I showed you and look at how cold it gets during winter. You need a wetsuit, but you can, if you have a good wetsuit, go for a dive there. It's spectacular to watch these guys. Okay? So now what do we know about these animals? They have a limited lifespan of 1 to 2 years, so they don't live very long. Okay? And they can only survive if they actually live or they can survive at these high numbers and concentrated if they stay in the same location. Yeah? So they're sort of adjusted to this hypersaline environment. Okay? That makes this area so special. And this is also why you have to be very, very careful with industrial developments in this region. Okay? Because it's more like a hypersaline lake in that situation. Very, very sheltered, isolated from oceanic influences. So what we saw in the past years is shown now here on the next slide. We actually almost had a wipe out of the cuttlefish population. Yeah? So we had in the early 2000, we had estimated numbers of 150,000 animals from SARDI population estimates. SARDI is the South Australian Research and Development Institute. And towards that's 2013, the cuttlefish were actually declared extinct. This is Whyalla News. Are our cuttlefish extinct? Okay, and there was the fear that they totally disappeared for unknown reasons. Some suggestions that it has to do with a millennium drought and relatively warm sea condition, but nobody really knows. Okay? Luckily, in recent years, there was a full recovery of the numbers. They're back in the 100,000s in this area. Okay, so we are lucky that we didn't lose the giant cuttlefish. Okay? So all what I showed you actually indicates that this is a species, because it doesn't live very long, it can actually not go away. Okay, it's actually a species that only lives in the Spencer Gulf. Okay, so-called endemic species. So this is very, very fascinating, which really makes the Upper Spencer Gulf very special.